Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss the second chapter from electricity, that is electrostatic potential and capacitance. In this chapter we are having two parts. One is about potential and the other one is about capacitance. Then first, electric potential. It is represented with V. So, all the physical quantities come from this lesson are all scalar quantities. In the before chapter we discussed various kinds of physical quantities: force, electrostatics, electric fields. These are all vector quantities. In this chapter we are going to discuss various kinds of physical quantities: potential, potential energy, capacitance. These are all scalar quantities. Then what is meant by the electric potential? We know heat is a form of an energy, travels from high temperature body to low temperature body. So, in order to flow the heat, we have to maintain the temperature difference. As the same way, in order to flow the air or gas, you have to maintain pressure difference. In order to flow the water from one place to another place, we have to maintain the height difference. So, as the same way, in order to flow the charge, we have to maintain the potential difference. So, what is meant by the electrostatic potential? It is a physical quantity which gives the direction of charge flows. Always charge flows from high potential to low potential, that is plus to minus. High potential is taken as positive potential, low potential is taken as negative potential. So, the direction of the charge flows from positive to negative. So, this is the conventional charge flow direction. The actual charge flows from minus to plus, because excess of electrons at negative charge and deficiency of electrons at positive charge. So, practically the charge flows from negative potential to positive potential, whereas the conventional direction of the charge is plus to minus. So, we conclude that potential is a physical quantity which gives the direction of the charge flows. In order to flow the charge, we have to maintain the potential difference. The charge is a physical quantity which travels from high potential to low potential. High potential is taken as positive potential, low potential is taken as negative potential. Then what is meant by the electric potential? The electric potential is defined as work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field. What is meant by the electric potential? The work done per unit charge simply, or the work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field. It means, let us consider a charge. It produced electric field around it. So, electric field is nothing but its influence is active up to certain limit. Let it be 10 centimeters. If a test charge Q naught is at 10 centimeters, the charge Q exert a force on Q naught. If Q naught is shifted to 11 centimeters, if Q naught is shifted to 11 centimeters, there is no influence of Q on Q naught, because the charge, test charge Q naught out of the field. So we can say that, and same effect takes place when it is at 11 centimeters or it is at infinity. So now I would like to bring the charge from infinity and to a point in the electric field. So this is the positive charge, it is also a positive charge. Like charges are repelled with each other. If you want to put the unit positive charge in a electric field produced by plus Q against to it, it is always opposes the Q naught. So we conclude that we have to move the charge against the electric field. So during this process we have to do some work done. So it is nothing but a frictional force in mechanic. So what is meant by the electric potential? The work done in bringing a unit positive charge in a electric field against to it is called electric potential. So V is equal to W by Q. Units are joule per coulomb or volt. It is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. Now, what is meant by potential difference? Potential difference. Potential difference is nothing but a, let us consider 2 points A and B in a electric field. 2 points A and B in a electric field. I would like to move the charge between 2 points in a electric field. Here also we have to do some work done against the electric field. So potential difference VAB is equal to VA minus VB. What is meant by the potential difference? The work done in moving the charge from one point to another point in a electric field against to it. Okay na? The work done in moving the charge from one point to another point against the electric field is called potential difference. The potential difference has the same units as potential. It is also a scalar quantity. So in order to move the charge, we have to maintain potential difference. Charge is always flows from high potential to low potential. High potential is taken as positive potential, low potential is taken as negative potential. Now we are going to derive an expression for the electric potential due to a point charge. Electric potential due to a point charge. Electric potential due to a point charge. It is one of the 4 marks question from this chapter. Let us consider a charge Q at point O. It produced electric field around it. The direction of electric field is always away from the positive charge. Let P be the point at a distance R from O. We want to calculate the electric potential at point P. Let A comma B are the 2 points in the electric field produced by Q. Now, a test charge Q naught is at infinity. Let A is at a distance x from O. Now, we want to move the test charge Q naught from infinity to a point A in the electric field. Let Q naught is bringing from infinity to a point in the electric field. Now, Q naught is in the electric field produced by Q. So, here Q and Q naught are the like charges. Q opposes the motion of Q naught. Then there exists a electrostatic force between them. We know from Coulomb's inverse square law, the force between them 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by x square. Now, we want to move the test charge Q naught through a small distance dx from A to B against the electric field. In order to move the charge against the electric field, we have to do some work done against the field. The work done against the field dW is equal to minus F into dx. So, from the above two equations, dW is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by x square dx, where minus indicates opposite to the field. Now, we want to calculate the electric potential at point P at a distance r. So, we have to move the charge from infinity to a distance r. In order to calculate the total work done in moving the charge from infinity to a distance r, we have to integrate the above equations within the limits x equal to infinity to x equal to r. So, total work done can be calculating by integrating the above equation on both sides, x equal to infinity to x equal to r, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by x square dx. So, integral dW is nothing but a W minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught are the constants, 1 by x square dx minus Q naught by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by x square dx minus 1 by x within the limits x equal to infinity to x equal to r. Since integral 1 by x square dx is equal to minus 1 by x, it is in the form of x power n dx. x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, where n equal to minus 2. So, minus of minus plus w is equal to q naught by 4 pi epsilon naught, upper limit minus lower limit minus 1 by x, minus of minus plus 1 by r minus 1 by infinity. W is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q naught by r. So, we can write W by q naught is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. From the definition of potential, W by q naught is equal to V. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, where V is the expression for electric potential due to a point charge. V is the expression for electric potential due to a point charge. So, potential is a scalar quantity. Then again, what is the electric potential? The work done in moving the charge from infinity to a point on the electric field. Here, we are doing work done against the field. Okay, na? In the direction of the field, no need of work we have to do. Okay, na? That is why against the electric field, we have to do some work done. That work done stored as electric potential. So, electric potential is a scalar which decides, if we maintain the potential difference, charge can flow. So, in order to move the charge, we have to maintain the potential difference. Always charge flows from high potential to low potential. High potential is taken as positive potential, low potential is taken as negative potential. In this session, we derive an equation for the electric potential due to a point charge. It is very important 4 marks question from this chapter. Let us consider, again I explained briefly, let us consider a charge q is placed at point O. We want to find the electric potential at point P at a distance r. The charge q produced electric field around it. Now, I would like to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field A. So, the q always opposes the q naught. That is why we have to do some work against the electric field. Once q naught is in the field, it is opposed by q. So, there exists a opposing force. From Coulomb's inverse square law, the opposing force F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q naught by x square. Work done in order to move the charge further from A to B through a distance dx. Okay. For example, in order to move the charge for 1 centimeter, the work done is 1 joules. For 10 centimeters, we can simply say that 10 joules. So, as the same way, in order to calculate the total work done, we have to integrate the above equation. Work done against the electrostatic force dW is equal to minus F into dx. By substituting, we get the equation. So, in order to move the charge from infinity to a point P, the total work done can be calculating by integrating the above equation on both sides. So, integral 1 by x square dx. The integration for the 1 by x square dx is minus 1 by x. So from this upper limit minus lower limit, by substituting the equation we get V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. This is the expression for the electrostatic potential. Potential is a scalar. Potential is a scalar. The resulting potential at any point is the sum of the individual potential. Potential is a scalar. The resulting potential at any point is sum of the individual potential, algebraic sum of the individual potential. It does not follows the vector laws of addition. It does not follows the vector laws of addition. Then how to calculate the resulting potential at a point? How to calculate the resulting potential at a point? For example, let us consider two charges, say plus q and plus q, which are separated by a distance r. Separated by a distance r. We want to calculate the potential at point P. Let us consider the potential due to the, say it is q1 and q2. So the point P is at a distance r by 2 and from q2 is at a distance r by 2, means P is at the midpoint of line joining two like charges. P is at a midpoint of line joining the two like charges. So to calculate the electric potential at point P, we have to consider or imagine there is a unit positive charge. Okay na? So q1 always repels q0, q2 always repels q0. Let V1 be the potential due to q1, V2 be the potential at point P due to q2. Then the resulting potential is simply algebraic sum of the individual potentials. So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 by r by 2 plus q2 by r by 2. Similarly, if you want to calculate electric field strength at the midpoint of line joining two like charges, we are considering same example. First calculate the electric potential. Now we want to calculate the electric field intensity. Say q1 and q2. So this is the midpoint r by 2, r by 2. The electric field intensity at point P is E1. Electric field intensity at point P due to Q2 is E2. So here point P acting upon by two electric fields. Both are in opposite direction. Opposite means angle is 180 degrees. The resultant electric field at any point ER is equal to root over E1 square plus E2 square plus 2 E1 E2 cos theta. Theta equal to 180, cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So resultant ER is equal to root over E1 square plus E2 square minus 2 E1 E2. So it is in the form of A minus B whole square. By cancelling the square and root, resultant electric field ER is equal to E1 minus E2. So if Q1 is equal to Q2, E resultant is equal to 0. But V resultant is not equal to 0. In the case of like charges, at the midpoint of like charges, the electric field intensity is 0, but potential not equal to 0. If you take opposite charges, for example, Q1 and minus Q2, if you take opposite charges Q1 minus Q2, at the midpoint the resultant potential VR is equal to V1 minus V2, and electric field intensity ER is equal to E1 plus E2. Since electric field intensity away from the positive charge towards the negative charge, say it is E1, E2, the angle between E1 and E2 is 0 degrees. So, cos 0 1. If you substitute cos 0 equal to 1, we can get E resultant is equal to E1 plus E2. Another example, at the midpoint of line joining two unlike charges, the electric potential is 0, but electric field intensity not equal to 0. Okay na? So, here we are having two marks questions. One is where the electric potential is 0, electric field not equal to 0. Where the electric intensity is 0, electric potential is not equal to 0. So, at the midpoint of line joining two like charges, electric field intensity is 0, electric potential not equal to 0. At the midpoint of line joining two unlike charges, electric potential is 0, electric field intensity is not equal to 0, because potential is the scalar, electric field intensity is the vector. The resultant potential at any point is algebraic sum of the individual potentials. So, this is the concept about electrostatic potential. So, in this session we discussed about potential, potential difference and potential due to the point charge. Now, tomorrow we discuss about potential energy of the system of charges, potential energy of the